This video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Farming Simulator 22 Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Piney Run. But before that, this video is brought to you by Alan McCone and Rob Woods. Thank you for being farm barons. So Piney Run can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game downloadable content menu. And as of the 1.0 release, this map is available for all platforms. Let's read a little bit on the description. Welcome to Piney Run. Here you can farm and log. You get a farm with animals, 3 decent-sized fields with 1 grass field, good starting equipment, a stone quarry, working sawmill and log sale only, oil and carpentry production. The whole map is buyable. The Rotney and other forest equipment have been edited to work with base game. Trees and controls have been added for a tilt head. Store Salepoint and Farmers Market Salepoint. Map is not for everyone, but I hope it does find some people enjoyment. Huge thank you to everyone who has helped with the support, and this map is dedicated to his son, Jasper. So Jasper, if you're watching, this map is meant for you. All right, let's go ahead and load on in. We are going to use the mods that we typically use when we take a look at these maps. They are additional field info, additional game settings, field lease, field calculator, and precision farming. Now, if you load this map up in Farm Manager or start from scratch, you will find the farm is built out exactly how you see it here in New Farmer mode. We do have starting equipment in the other play modes. The only difference is going to be the amount of money we have at the start and the fact that we do not own any land at the start. Given the way these land prices are, I would highly suggest that you play in New Farmer mode, because you do start out by owning a good chunk of land, because land on this map is very, very expensive. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and look at the PDA. We zoom on out and then go to the lands area. You'll see that we start out by owning a big hunk of the map down here. This is 300 acres in size, and it is a value of $3.6 million. It also includes all of the roads and some other areas, including the big stone quarry that is up here. If we take a look at some of these other land prices, we have this one right here, $1.6 million for 133 acres in size, 95 acres for $1.1 million, 1.3 million for 110 acres, 75 acres for 913,000, 51 acres for 625, 76 for 925, 986,000, and $778,000 respectively. Now we do have all of our crop types available to us here in Farm Sim 22. And if we come up here to our field lease, there you can see the size of the viable farmlands and how much they're going to cost. We jump down to our field calculator. You can see that there are only 3 predefined fields on this map. They are 4.5, 4.88, and 3.48 hectares in size, and they are all tied to the main farmland that, again, is going to be viable for $3.6 million. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the soil map. This map is using the US soil map that is included with precision farming. We're not going to see that much of the soil map given the fact that we only have 3 fields, but we might as well take a look at it. So as you can see, field 2 is a good bit of sandy loam, a little loamy sand and loam. Field 3 and field 1 have a combination of loam and silty clay, and field 3 has a little bit of sandy loam going for it. Let's go ahead and take a look at our crop counter. We do have the standard base game crop counter available to us on this particular map. And if we move down to our prices screen, you will see that we do have the ability to sell everything that we can actually grow in the base game of Farm Sim 22. We also have the ability to sell sugar beet cut. We have the ability to sell eggs, wool, and milk, as well as silage, hay straw, grass, wood chips. And then when we move down to our production, we do indeed have the ability to buy all of the base game production elements on the map. So that is really great to see. Even for a forestry map, they have thought about the fact that players may want to put down other things and really enjoy the map to its fullest. We do have a lime sell point as well as a lime buy point. And we do have the ability to sell our stones at 2 locations. And remember, this map has a massive stone quarry where you're going to be able to dig up stone and then sell that again for some gameplay. Take a look at our starting equipment. We start out with a large list of starting equipment, given the fact that this is predominantly a forestry-driven map. All the equipment is fairly new. All is owned. None of it is leased. We do have some animal areas, but we do not have any animals. Do not have contracts because we own all the fields. And we do start out owning the carpentry and the oil mill that is available on this map. Now let's go ahead and take a look at that starting equipment. Start out with the John Deere 7810 medium tractor. We have the John Deere 7R350 large tractor. We have the Mack Pinnacle 6x4 semi. We have the John Deere T560 grain harvester that is paired up with the 625X grain header. There is no header trailer associated with that starting equipment. We have the Rotney H21D tree harvester and the F20D forwarder. We have the Kloss Torion 1914 wheel loader. We have a 1986 pickup truck. We have the Load King Distinction Super B, as well as the Big Body 750S trailer. We have the K-Line PowerFlex 95 disc arrow, the Tempo Plant All Vanderstand planter, and this is a modded planter that is a part of this particular map. We then have the Hardy Mega 1200L sprayer. We have the Breedall K105 fertilizer spreader. We have the Cooverland 4140L mower. The Semez Z2840H windrower. The Kuhn GF 8712 tedder. We have the Zevon CFS 2501 DO forage wagon. We have the VB 3190 round baler. The Flegel Timber Runner semi trailer. Then we have the front loader arms for our John Deere, as well as the pallet fork, round bale fork, and universal bucket. We have the wheel loader bucket for our Kloss wheel loader. And we then have the Bachmann MHAL 4320-35 trailer. Oh, that was a heck of a lot of starting equipment. Now let's take a look here at the Piney Run mods that are included with the map. We have an edited 1986 pickup truck. We have the Torion 1914 wheel loader. We have the Ponzi Bison active frame, as well as the Ponzi Cobra. It is modified, the Komatsu 9301 XC. We have the Komatsu 875 forwarder. We have the Rodney F20D edit, and then the H21D edit tree harvester. We have an edited Pinnacle semi-trailer, as well as a edited poplar head that's going to have a 6-meter working width. The Tempo Plant All cedar planter, and that is a list of all of the mods that are included with this particular map. Now with that, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a farm tour. We start out here at our farmhouse, which is beside Field 1. We have our 1986 pickup truck with nice knobby tires going on there. A little bit of a lake just across the way. Field 1 on the other side of this kind of hedgerow. Now, if we make our way up the road here, we have several sheds. Now, with respect to, can the farm be customized? Partially. We can sell some of the buildings that are on this farm, but for whatever reason, we can't sell them all. Let's go ahead and go into build mode and just demonstrate this. If I wanted to sell this building, you see I have the option to sell it. If I come here, I do not have the option to sell that one, nor do I have the option to sell that one. I do have the option to sell my farmhouse, but some of these buildings and some of these animal areas that are on the main farm land, remember, we own this whole entire southeast corner of the map. For whatever reason, we just cannot sell it. So we've got our pickup truck, our Super B trailer. We have a silage bunker. We cannot sell the silage bunker. We have our mower set up for our grass field. A fuel tank. Can't recall if we can sell. Yeah, we can sell that shed. We can sell the silo that is behind it. Now we'll continue through the woods. On to field 3, we have our harvester, our tractor, and our trailer set up. Then we have 3 animal areas right here through the woods. We cannot sell these animal areas. And it's really interesting because when we go into here, we should see these animal pens listed, but we don't see them listed. So I'm a little worried that maybe they're not set up quite right. Yeah, look. We come up here, we cannot buy animals. These triggers aren't working. But they are definitely on the owned land. Right here we are. We own that. 100% definitively. But we cannot buy it. I suspect it's because, or we cannot put animals in it. I suspect it's because we do not own it. And that's why we also cannot sell it. Yeah, see, we can't do that one. And then there's one more up here that also we do not have the ability to put animals into because we just don't get the trigger. So somehow I guess they are not quite coded properly for us to be owners of these. Even though they are on our land, we are not the owner, and therefore we cannot put our animals in them. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of the forest. We're going to get set up for the fly round. We're going to fly around the map, talk about some of the scoring points. I don't really see the need to drive around this particular map. I think we can hit all of the points of interest just with our fly around. Now, with respect to our scoring metric and production, there are 3 production areas built into the map. We have a sawmill, carpentry, and oil mill. We do own the carpentry and the oil mill at the start. Here you can see our 3 fields and then our grass field there. So really we have 4 distinct fields. Our animal areas are right there through the woods. Again, I hope the map gets an update to correct the issues with the fact that we do not have the ability on new farmer mode in order to make use of these animal areas. Through the woods, we have our silo, our lime buy point. And then I suspect the same is true for the silage area and these 2 buildings down below. We can sell the 3rd building as well as the farmhouse. Let's go ahead and continue across the southern edge of the map. This map has a lot of trees, and I'm really surprised at the view distance of these trees because I would think that possibly these many trees at this great of a view distance would really cause possibly performance issues on some consoles. Now, if you're playing on, let's say, a PS4 or an Xbox One, would be interested to know if you do have any performance issues with this particular map based on how many trees we have and the view distance. So we're going to give the map a full point with regard to having production built in. It's just 3 areas, but still we have an entire map to clear forest and level out and put down other productions. Down below we have our carpentry. Looks like we do have a pile of stone down here. right there. So we do have a pile of stone. We could bring our wheel loader or anything else with a bucket and collect some stone there. And we have our stone crusher located right here. I do like how we've got a ramp set up here in order to be able to back directly to the top of the stone crusher, because if you didn't know, you actually get more money if you dump it in the top versus dumping it down on the side. Now we are going to give the map just a half of a point because of the fact that we do not have the ability to customize the whole farm. Functionally, the map is missing a bit because, again, we cannot buy animals. I think we're missing some XML in there in order to have the proper field ownership. Just here on the other side of the ridge in the southwest corner of the map, we have our sawmill, as well as a sell point for wood chips. I think this might be a sell point for logs. Sorry. We have that. Then we have the sawmill proper. Now we can either sell logs here or we can buy this particular sell point and then use it for the manufacture of planks. Where appropriate, the map is using new texture techniques because we are using FS22 buildings. The few buildings that do exist on the map are FS22 buildings. And I would say that while the animal areas are not quite set up right, the player triggers and interactive areas do appear to be clearly marked. Although I do think I am going to take possibly a half a point away because of the fact that we do have knowingly some animal areas that are not quite working right. So the triggers are there, but they just don't work. Here we have our oil mill. Our farmers market sell point located below this is the main sell point for the grains as well as production areas. We have a fuel point also located right here. And then we have our wardrobe. The map does have some nice terrain changes, some elevation changes. It would be an interesting drive around on these roads. So overall, I think we're going to give the map a score of a 4.0 out of 5. It really loses its most points because we do not have the ability to sell all of the farm buildings. The farm is not fully customizable, and the reason is because I think that we do not have the proper XML set up to own those buildings or the animal areas. So here we have our animal dealer. And you see here it says you do not have any animal barns or pastures, so we can't buy any animals, but they do exist on the map. Now, in addition to the farm machinery, like I said, we do own some tree harvesting equipment. We're about to fly over to that right now. And then we'll conclude our map tour over here in the northeast section of the map. You see it just off in the corner there, right below where the F1 menu would be. That is where our massive stone quarry is going to be located. I do like how the equipment has been set up here. It's all been staged at the main farm, and our forestry equipment is also been staged here. Here is the custom Rotney stuff. Color coded and everything. I like that red and yellow look. And we'll make our way up this road to our wheel loader, and then I'll demonstrate how we can just collect the stone out of the quarry, dump it into any trailer that we might wish, take it all the way down then to the stone sell point. Then here at the quarry, we have another fuel tank located right there. And then we have a red cloth. That is super cool. And then we just can come up to this and scoop it up with our bucket. Just like that. And now we have 4,000 liters of stone. Right there. So guys, let me know what you all think down in the comments below for Piney Run. Just kind of an interesting forestry farming map. It includes a fair bit of custom machinery mods built into the map. We do have, if you are playing with precision farming, we do have the US soil map that is included with Elm Creek that is also available on this particular map. And until next time, happy farming.